I used to watch a bunch of hockey because when I was a kid, I played a lot of hockey. Like my favorite team was the Colorado Avalanche, and favorite player is Sakic. You did play hockey for 12 years. God damn. I think you got more like 6 years ahead of me, man. I only played hockey for like 6 to 7 years. Burnaby Joe Sakic. Yo, Joe Sakic was so cool. I think I even have his stick. I still have his stick. Like his like I think it's back in my parents' house. It's a very like strong and flexible stick. The dude just grew up down the road from me. Damn. Wow. Yeah, man, that guy was like a legend to me, man, because like of the way he plays. Like he's like so slippery, and like he can like slip past the defenders and like, score a goal. He's a legend. Yeah, he is. I mean, legit like first ballot Hall of Fame, right? Like, yeah, Joe Sakic was my favorite player. I did hockey for a long time, man, and it really built my confidence as a person, because I feel like the first time you get on ice, like the first time I got on ice with all my gear, bruh, I couldn't even skate, and then I had to like come during the weekends to like practice how to skate. And I had a really good coach, so I had to pay him like extra to teach me. And that's how I actually got my piercing. When I was like 16, 17, I saw my hockey coach. He has like a piercing on his left ear, and I was like, yo, that's pretty cool, man. And I decided to get my own. It's fucking cool. And yeah, man, I used to skate so often that I actually learned how to skate backwards. So on other days, I would like go to the I'll go to the ice ring during like a public day where like usual people would skate around, and I would practice skating backwards around the whole ring. And I had to learn how to cut the ice, so I would like skate really fast and like try to cut the ice like sharp, and then I would judge like how much ice would fly. That means I did a good job. And there was one time like I sharpened my skates, and they were so sharp that it's actually difficult for sharp skates to cut ice. You need to put more force to cut the ice, right? And I didn't know that. It was my first time I sharpened my skates, and I skated so fast, and I tried to cut the ice and break, and my skates got stuck in the ice, and my legs, like I flew, right? I hit the side of the board. And everyone was looking at me, man. And I think like one of the managers came out and he was like, hey, you're skating too dangerously. You shouldn't do that. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was a winger. Yeah, for sure. I was a winger. And I had like, I think at the beginning of my hockey days, I made so many offside mistakes. Like I was so fucking pissed. And my coach was also pissed at me. I made so many offside mistakes, man. But, you gotta learn, right? You freaking love that. So glad to hear kids in Malaysia are playing ice hockey. Never would have guessed. Yo, kids in Malaysia are really about hockey, because like, we have like a legit like skating ring, and we have like coaches from Canada. I think like one of the coaches from Canada gave me his cap. Like I have like NHL cap. It was so cool, right? And our coach actually trained in Canada. He's like a licensed coach or shit. And like my first time like traveling to Singapore was actually to play I think a exhibition match. So when I came to Singapore the first time, I think I was 18 or 19 years old, and we played in this ice rink called the Ice Fuji Palace. It was so cool, right? And now this place have been renovated, and now it's called the J Cube Ring. Singaporean players are for real, man. Like, I remember the Singaporean captain from back in the day, he had a fucking mean slap shot. Like, when he slap shots, like when he hits the puck, when the goalie, even when the goalie has all the pads, he would feel it. And when the goalie at the end of the game would take off his pads, he would show us all the bruise marks of like slap shot. It's like literally when the Singaporean captain is about to take a slap shot, everyone moves out of the way, man. It was so cool. Like when I played there, I just played my role. I was just like, I just passed the puck, here, have it, and I remember, they were having tryouts for You know, I think it was like the under 18. And, you know, the way they have tryouts is like, you know, they put through everyone through a workout. Like they kind of like a combine, right? They would like make everyone skate through cones to see how well you can skate. And then, you know, you got to take the puck and then you got to go one round. And finally at the end, you got to score against a goalie, right? So it's kind of like an obstacle course. They want to see how well you're doing before they can put you in the team, right? So this was my first time joining the tryouts, and I was doing pretty okay. You know, I was skating through like the cones and whatnot. And I noticed like 9 out of 10 people would miss the shot against the goalie. You know what I mean? And I was like kind of thinking like, how do I score against the goalie? Like the goalie's pretty good. Like, you know, like my favorite shot is usually like I would love to gather the puck and I would love to hit the corner of the goalpost. That's my favorite shot. You know, I'm not really good at slap shots, but I'm good at like dragging the puck and like hitting it, like, and the puck would go against, like, you know. But that's actually a low scoring shot because a lot of like shots that go in are actually shots that are like on the ice, right? Because, you know, like the goalies have a lot of holes around their legs where the puck can go in. But this goalie was good. He can catch shots in the air and he can like drop and like, he can drop and like get the ones on the ground. So I was kind of thinking like, how can I score against this guy? And keep in mind, this was my first tryouts. Like I was really trying to make a good impression. And then I remember I saw something on NHL. I saw Joe Sakic do this. So what I did was when I approached the goalie, I pretended to be a noob, right? So what does a noob do when they're on the ring? They don't look at where they're going to shoot. They look at the puck, right? That's what a noob does. And I can actually like play without looking at the puck. So I look at the puck and I pretended like I was about to score. So what I did was I pulled the puck back and I raised my stick to do a slap shot. And as soon as the goalie saw that, I think he dropped to his knees and then he had his hands out to catch the puck, right? So the moment the goalie dropped to his knees, he didn't have any mobility around his legs. So the instant he dropped, I gently put down my stick, I curved the puck and I just backhanded it into the goal. Like, it was just a fucking fake. I saw it on NHL one time, right? So I did the fake and he dropped and then I dropped it and I backhanded it into the goal. And it went in. And I got such a fucking cheer from everyone in that tryout because they couldn't score against this goalie. But you know what's the crazy part? I never got in. I think the coach felt that I was still too green, which he was probably right. And I never got to... I didn't get in on the team. But it was cool, man. It was cool. Yeah. I mean, like, I like to think about myself as a goal scorer, but I would say, like, if I know there's a better, like, scorer on my team, I'll just facilitate. I'll always just come out through the side and feed the center the puck. And whenever the center has the puck in front of the goalie, like, there's more chances to score. So, it was a good time, man. I got really thick legs from skating, bro. Skating will put a number on your thighs, right? Like the amount of like strength you need to like, you know, skate is incredible. Nah, you're not derailing the chat, Fox. I could use a break. I love reminiscing about my hockey days. Pavel Bure was your favorite player growing up. Damn. What was his position? Yeah. I think like what really drawn me to hockey was the fact that it wasn't like a pussy sport. Like I like sports that have a lot of contact. So when I was a kid, I played a lot of soccer. So in soccer, you can shoulder check players, you know, if they have the ball. Or even if they don't have the ball, you can still fucking check them as long as the referee ain't looking. And in hockey, yeah, you get checked. As soon as you get the puck, you kind of have to brace yourself, because I remember every time I get the puck and I'm near the boards, I can almost sense like like other like fucking skaters are coming at me like a homing missile, and I know I'm going to get crashed onto the boards, right? So what I do is like, because I'm not a very tall dude, I'm a short guy. I have a low center of gravity. I will actually drop my shoulders, right? And as soon as they crash into me, usually my shoulder would hit their hips, and I would like push them away and they would flip. It was so cool, man. And then they kind of learned like, oh, okay, fuck, we shouldn't like fucking shoulder check the short guy. Because the short guy, I mean, I'm 5'6", so sometimes I play against like players that are 6 feet. It's also like really easy for me to skate around players very easily. Like as soon as I'm like skating one direction and I can feel a defender coming in, I can cut my feet really well and skate around the other side. And it's really tough for the big guys sometimes to turn around. But the big guys are generally like, they can cover more ground. And so like, no matter what, like, I think my size, I'm not really that suitable for hockey. Yeah, I'm throwing hip checks, man. It's an illegal maneuver, but I kind of like go with like I kind of play the size game. So if like a bigger if a bigger person is coming at me, like I know the ref is always going to favor me because I'm the smaller guy. You know what I mean? Like that also happens in the NHL. Like whenever like an altercation happens between two players, like they always give the benefit of the doubt to the smaller guy. Short and quick can be advantages to hockey. It's pretty advantageous. Yeah. Like I can cut my feet quicker. Like I had to learn how to speed skate. Right? Like so even when I'm at home, I gotta like I try to like put, you know, rubber bands on my legs, and I'll try to like, you know, practice like speed skating. You know, I had to like push off, and like eventually I got really good at it, but man. Lateral quickness, yeah, lateral quickness is really good. But bro, the size you have in hockey is such an advantage. Like I wish I was a bigger guy. It's so much easier to be a big guy in hockey, bro. It's like yeah. But you know, like it's crazy because like the captain of the Singaporean hockey team, like the guy that I told you had like the meanest fucking slap shot. Oh, by the way, you know how tough his slap shots are? His slap shots are so fucking tough. He cracked the glass of the ring, which is something that you usually can't do because usually it's so tough. It's made in such a way where the puck is supposed to bounce off the glass. He cracked the fucking glass. That's how fucking strong it was. You're 6'2", you've been leveled multiple times. Yeah. Yeah. It's the best thing you gotta do is like you gotta learn how to brace yourself, right? And especially like you kind of have to have a swivel around your eyes because like sometimes like a defender will lead you one way and there's like another guy setting up like a screen, like he's gonna come at you, he's gonna hit you from your blind spot. Bro, I've been hit from my blind spot before, man. Does hockey feel like football and skates IRL? It's a different game. Like I would say football is still way more dangerous than hockey. Right? Yeah. Football is still more dangerous than hockey, I feel. I feel like football pads are like not as thick as hockey pads. Frozen rubber hurts. Taking a few slap shots on the ankle. Wow. Holy shit. But wait, you should have shin pads, right? Yo, I've been fucking slashed with a stick before in hockey. So slashing is like when a guy takes his stick and he hits you. That's fucked up, bro. And the guy did it when the refs weren't looking. Like, I don't even know how the refs didn't caught that because I think like in a game there's like at least 2 refs. Yes and no, damn. I feel like, I don't know. But that's really unfair to say because I never played a lot of football. I play a little bit of rugby, and rugby is already fucked up, right? Because those guys don't even wear pads. But I really think that football is way more fucked up. Because like in hockey, when a defender wants to stop you, what they can do to stop you is they can shoulder check you, right? So as long as you know how to skate really well, you can at least like kind of like take the hit. But in football, they're literally using two hands to grab you and fucking take you to the ground, right? They can check you with their like front shoulder and like, yeah, in football is more fucked up. Like, I think the CTE in football is like way higher than in hockey, you know? But you know, like, I guess there are other stuff, like if you fall on the ice, like honestly speaking, like when people say like they're scared of hockey because like they're scared of falling down, it's actually not that bad. Like when you have all your pads on and you fall to the ice, it feels like I'm falling on a cushion. Because you guys forget that hockey players actually wear like padded pants. I got like pads everywhere, like shoulder pads, and like I got this thick like football pads on my my shoulders. I got shin pads. Yeah. I mean, both have major risk injuries. The boards made hockey dangerous as fuck. Yeah. Okay, so it really depends, because like when you're on the boards and someone is fucking speed skating to crash you on the boards, it's like when they hit you and you hit the board, oh my god. Man, I actually felt my helmet bounce off that shit once. I might not have remembered my name for like a minute. Yeah. But you know, like, I don't know, like I guess like maybe at the time when I was playing, you know, the refs were trying to make the game not so physical. It's a very physical game. I think as the higher you go, you play it against adults and shit, like they become more and more physical. But I'd say, like, you know, playing in Malaysia, it wasn't as violent as Canada. Like, because like everyone knows everyone. Obviously, like even if you're playing against another team, like everyone trains together, right? So people try their best not to hurt each other, but it gets very competitive. Like I've seen like friends on the, you know, on the same team like fucking fight because they wanted to win so bad. It's just very competitive, but I would say like hockey is like one of the most like fun sports I've ever played, because I just love like how cold the ice is. It's like, especially like once the game is over, like everyone's done playing and, you know, everyone is like kind of packing up, I would like skate around the ring, you know, just with my gear on without my stick. And I would just feel how cold the air is. And it's just so fun. I really like winter sports. It's so fun. Like, I would just skate around the ring while everyone is taking off their pads. And at the time, my dad would be kind of waiting for me to finish. So my dad would you know, like he would bring a book with him, right? And usually the game ends around midnight or 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And I would be skating around the ring. And, you know, like and I would challenge myself to see if I can skate faster and faster and faster. And like, there's not really a lot of people like skating at the time. Maybe there's another guy or two like kind of practicing. And, you know, like it was kind of weird with hockey. When I would come home after I'm done playing hockey, I can't sleep till the next day. Do you guys get the same thing? Foxy should consider joining a men's league to stay in shape. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I remember with hockey, I gotta keep my abs like really good, because I used to have like a lot of like backache playing hockey because like I didn't have a lot of core strength. So like when I went to my coach and I told him, yo, my back kind of hurts, and he was like, let me see your stomach. And I lifted my stomach and I only had two abs, and he was like, you gotta get that up to 6. And I was like, word, you know, go back home, do like 50 push-ups a day and come back, right? And I got that 6-pack, right? So when I was skating, like I had more control of my upper body and my back didn't hurt as much. But now I'm back down to a 4-pack because, like, you know, I've been drinking for the past few years. I bought some wine the other day. Kind of looking forward to it. But I miss the hockey days, man. Damn. Yo, I used to get pussy when I was playing hockey. Because like before the hockey games, there would be figure skaters, right? And the figure skaters would like practice on the ring, obviously. And once they're done, the hockey players come on. So, you know, you bet your money that your boy like caught a couple of figure skaters. You know, I talked to them a little bit. Hey, what's good? I'm a hockey player. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you guys are really flexible. Do you think you can teach me how to be more flexible? You know, like, can I meet you on Sunday? You know, shit like that. And what was crazy is when I was 17, like, I actually dated a girl that was 22. That was fucked up. So technically, you know, she was a pedophile because, like, I was, like, underage. Right? I don't know if I told you guys this story before. She was a figure skater. And she was very pretty. She looked like, you know, one of those, you know, pretty Korean girls you guys see on TV. And when I started, like, going out with her, like, I found out she actually did some work on her eyes. She really did some plastic surgery. And then she showed me a photo of how she was before the surgery, and she, you know, bruh, she didn't look the same, man. Oats being a dirty boy. Yo, you know what's crazy? We used to make out in her car. So she parked her car at, you know, basically the parking lot. It's an underground parking lot, right? And we used to sit in her car and make out, right? And it was crazy because, like, I could drive, but I didn't have my own car at the time. I was a 17-year-old kid dating a 22-year-old. And I was a player because I already had a girlfriend. I was cheating on my girlfriend and I was like seeing this girl, right? And you know, when I was messing with this girl one time in the car, like my girlfriend was calling my phone, and I remember it was a Nokia phone. It was buzzing so fucking hard, bruh. I had to shut off my phone. And then the girl that was in the car was asking me like, who is that? And I was like, it's my mom. And she was like, give me your phone. And I was like, no. And I think that was like kind of the end of it, because I think she kind of like sensed that I was cheating. Yeah, man. Bruh, it's like at that age, like you couldn't be like loyal, because like there's so much fish in the water. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Especially if you're playing like a sport like that, right? Where like when you're really like working your body, like you're generally when you play like a really rough contact sport, I think like as a guy, your body generates like testosterone even more, right? So what happens when you have even more testosterone? Like, yo, you are like fucking like, I don't know, man, like Top Gun, like Tom Cruise. You going to every like skirt and like saying what's up. That was crazy, man.